You're listening to Mondo Cool, the only Dragon Ball movie podcast that gives you a Zenkai boost.
That's right, boys. Mondo Cool.
Wiggity, what's up, Dragon Ballers? It's time for the best, the very best Dragon Ball movie podcast that happens monthly, in which we talk about the Dragon Ball movies. That's right, it's Mondo Cool. And I brought the smartest and the best looking Dragon Ball super fans I could find. They, of course, include Dan and Bob Video Games from GigaBoots.com.
You know what, Bob? I don't start my day trying to pick fights with Dragon Ball YouTubers, but I'm going to accept this compliment. How about you?
That's fair. I guess so. Let's do it.
Sounds fun.
And from places unknown, Mr. Feel from Mr. Feel's Wild Ride.
I'm actually a bio man.
What? Oh no! You're a bio man.
I thought he was a bio fighter, but he's a bio man.
I wish I was from an ocean dub. I'm Casey Excellent for CaseyExcellent.com. And of course, for those who have never heard this show before, we're watching every single Dragon Ball film, OVA, whatever we put in that nightmare list that's locked us in for 4 years. And we talk about them, we review them, and for some reason, I've come up with some really good segments for it.
For some
reason. And for some fucking reason, we've decided to make this show harder, and I don't know why we've reached this point, but somehow we've hit it.
See, other YouTubers, they give you boneless Dragon Ball content. We put the bones back in the chicken tenders. Put them back in.
You'll choke to death eating it.
You're going to be like, oh, they're so fucking smart, I'm dying.
And sometimes it's bones you've seen before, slightly altered to feel different for the film. Now, if you are listening to this, you may not know this, but you can actually listen to these podcasts earlier. In fact, 1 week early, and Mr. Feel's going to tell you how you can do that.
If you'd like to hear Mondo Cool early, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcasts. Not only will you get Mondo Cool early, you will get film commentaries for terrible films you won't want to watch, the ability to vote on which terrible films will get commentaries and we'll have to suffer through, extended pitches for other shows we produce, and many more benefits. That is patreon.com/gbpodcast.
And for this episode, we shall be watching the second Dragon Ball Z film. It is called Dragon Ball Z World's Strongest, or as it's titled in Japanese,
Dragon Ball Z, the strongest guy in the world. Or Dragon Ball Z Kono ya de Ichiban Suyoi Yatsu.
You know, Bob, do you think that title is better than the last one, which was Give Me Back My Gohan?
A little bit.
Return my Gohan.
A little bit better than the last title, but it's still insane. Like, it's the strongest guy in the world, actually a giant robot suit.
Return my Gohan or you're suffering a late fee.
Mm-hmm. Give me back my Gohan! Goku, the blockbuster video of anime characters.
That means Vegeta's Hollywood video.
Vegeta is Hastings.
I don't even know what that is.
You're fucking right, you don't.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw it over to Dan as we begin discussing the world's strongest guy.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the world's strongest guy. What a great title. I've been awestruck by how bad that title is for a day straight.
Yeah, we did look it up yesterday, didn't we?
I was just in the middle of doing other shit and remembered the title and gone, world's strong. What the fuck were they thinking?
Guy in the world.
It's so... Anyway, so the movie starts out in a very weird manner where Oolong and Gohan are traveling through some sort of Arctic mountains.
Power team, yeah.
Yeah,
What
the real
a
duo.
combo.
I know, right? A real Wombo combo team up here. They're traveling through because Oolong stole Bulma's Dragon Radar the other day and realized that the Dragon Balls were starting to gather. So he thought, why don't I just go to where those Dragon Balls are with no one strong enough to defend me against whoever's summoning it?
Yeah, that's insane. It's like every time these things gather up, it's by some psychopath. But Oolong's like, yeah, this time I got it.
That guy's okay with me ordering panties.
I got a 4-year-old with me.
Oolong just runs up to the counter while someone else is ordering food, and he's like, I want some chicken nuggies. They'll be fine with it, I'm sure. Yeah, they're going to pay for your chicken nuggies, Oolong. Anyway, he's traveling through the Arctic mountains with Gohan, and the 7th Dragon Ball arrives, and they're all in the same spot, and it erupts out of the ground, and this dipshit, he's summoning the dragon in order to wish for the dragon to break the ice around the weird facility that Dr. Wheelo has been sealed in.
The Dr. Wily Castle.
Yes, the Dr. Wily Castle that Dr. Wheelo has been sealed in by the ice for 50 years. And then, luckily for them, neither Dr. Kochin or Gohan nor Oolong or Piccolo drown in the huge flood that occurs when it starts breaking apart. I thought that was really remarkable. The wish was very carefully phrased of can you free him from this prison so I can go in and wake him up, and then Shenlong's like, well, got to make sure he doesn't fucking drown. Otherwise that wouldn't really work.
Always amazing when these movies let Shenlong do something.
Yeah, God. Oh my God, I'm here and you don't just want me to revive someone and fuck off? Great.
Fantastic. Let's see how creative.
Flex a little bit.
Yeah, let's see how creative I can get with breaking ice.
I don't know if he says this in the dubs because I watched it subbed.
Okay.
But in the sub he literally goes, "That ain't shit," and then unfreezes it.
Oh no, I listened to the wonderful Ocean dub where he's like, "All right."
He says, "Such a thing is trivial."
Yeah, that's basically what he says in the Ocean dub. He talks about how powerful he is. And he's like, yeah, no, I can do that.
I'm really ripped.
He's like, I could give you anything. And I'm like, don't say that. Someone's going to summon you, and they're going to be like, I wish for another dragon. You're going to be like,
or they'll be like, can you kill these 2 strong guys? No.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
That would ruin this arc. I can't do that.
Your wish isn't granted. Disappear.
It is still the funniest. The funniest thing is this dub sound effects. They were so distracting. Random explosions, Scooby-Doo-esque running noises.
Mm-hmm.
Laser blast sounds, yeah.
Oh my God, so good.
And then, upon summoning it, he starts entering the facility, Dr. Kochin does. And Gohan and Oolong are like, oh man, what are we going to do? And then they start getting jumped by a mix between Cybermen and enemies from Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
Yeah, they are just off-brand.
One of them does a 45-hit combo on Gohan in 2 seconds.
They all do.
Shit.
They go, you saw, and all 4 of them jump Gohan and start pummeling him from every angle.
It's really funny. I was like, shit, not enough of these Dragon Ball movies involve knocking a child over and pummeling on its face. Oh, man. It was a real moment where you go, what were they thinking with this duo? What was Oolong thinking? Why did Gohan go along for it?
Yeah, I don't like go. And then we find out this was 3 days of him and Oolong leaving and doing this. Like, how did he ever think that would work out?
My favorite thing about that, Bob, is later Chi-Chi hears the story of what happened, and she goes, hey, I don't want you to hang out with that Piccolo guy. It's like, did you not hear the story? A man almost killed me, he killed them back, and then he got mugged, and I walked away. That's how the story went, Chi-Chi. Pay attention. Piccolo was there for seconds.
Yeah, that's
that pig though, big fan.
Yeah, she's fine with him hanging out with the pig.
Mm-hmm.
Who's out there to wish for panties.
Yeah, no, he's fine. That green guy though.
Glad that thread was brought back.
Yeah.
You okay over there?
What's up, Field?
I like how the sex offender pig later was like, don't tell anyone what happened, child.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's
that's really unfortunate.
But yeah, so what happens is, as we said, Cybermen / Chrono Trigger enemies knock over Gohan and start pummeling his face in and totally own Oolong, and then Piccolo shows up, and because we're watching the Ocean Group dub, he sounds totally badass.
yes.
He fucking deals with the Cybermen like they're fucking nothing and uses a mouth beam to blow one of them up.
That was so cool.
Yes,
It was.
that's one of the things they do where they just directly copy shit from the anime.
It was.
Because that's how he kills one of the Cybermen.
Yep.
That's
Nope.
also trying to own Gohan.
It's so blatant.
It's like poetry, guys.
It's like poetry.
It rhymes. I do like the mouth beam, though. It doesn't get enough play.
It's even better, I feel, because Scott McNeil's as he shoots it is so great.
He's takes everything to an 11 with every line.
Yeah, I know Troy Baker's a great actor, but when are we going to get the character piece to show off the acting ability of Scott McNeil?
I don't know if it'll ever happen, Dan.
Last of Us 3.
So, fun fact: the evil doctor Cochin, who summons the dragon, is voiced by Troy Baker in the Funimation dub.
Yep.
What?
I'm gonna have to rewatch
Yep.
this.
Fuck my god.
I
He
looked
probably
that up.
doesn't laugh like SpongeBob.
Unfortunate.
That's weird.
This dude SpongeBob laugh made me almost black out tonight when I watched this.
I was like, why do I know that laugh? It's not from this. It's SpongeBob. Me caught sweating pure terror across my face. What the fuck were they thinking? Anyway, the funny thing is that the dub of this movie might predate SpongeBob.
Yeah, there's a good chance because it's fairly old dub.
Somebody should be able to look that up. I think it's going to be neck and neck, though. I doubt somebody was like,
I will look it up.
I like how that Nickelodeon mascot
I
laughed.
once again watched this via archive.org, which has archived the old Pioneer DVDs
Nice.
of these movies, in which there's 4 little videos you click, and the first one's 35 minutes, and it's just DVD menus, and it's character profiles for every character in the movie.
Oh, that's
While
great.
it plays Rock the Dragon instrumental in the background.
That's really great.
Amazing.
It is so good.
And yes, it does predate it by like 8 months.
Well, there you go. Sorry, Tom Kenny.
Brilliant.
You're just a poser.
Maybe Tom Kenny watched this and was like, "Oh, that laugh's pretty cool."
Then he made up a story about a pissed off midget. He's like, I better come up with a backstory for this voice I stole from a Dragon Ball movie.
I love that story, though.
That story
if
is
you've never
really good.
heard that story, look up Tom Kenny explaining his SpongeBob voice. It's incredible.
It is so good. It is so good. And I'm like, good. I'm not the only one who does voices based on shit like that. Got it. Anyway. So yeah, Piccolo gets entangled in a weird beam of light and Gohan and Oolong just sort of go,
Yeah.
oh, that's bad. See ya.
Yeah.
The same thing that happened in Dead Zone, where he just gets jumped by 3 dudes.
Yes. Except for
to the wrong neighborhood, green boy.
it seems even weirder here because he already beat the on-screen threat and then you just see weird light encasing him and then
He gets
and
caught
then they
in the
just
ghost
leave.
trap.
Yes, he does. You're right. He gets caught in a ghost trap. Yeah, it's a really weird movie. I feel even out of the gate, it's taking elements from other Dragon Ball things and combining them to a very strange effect with a weird, like the combination of Oolong and Gohan. That was just
Yeah.
They were like, well, if Goku
Yeah,
doesn't know where the thing is happening, he can't go there to it. How is he going to find out? Well, people like Gohan. We need to involve Gohan. Do people know Gohan loves Piccolo? We should have him sing about it.
Yeah, what's with the? I'm now, because there can't somehow be a Gohan musical in the next one. So it's just they decided there needed to be 2 in this and Dead Zone.
Because they're like, it's a movie. You need to put a song in it or something.
I guess.
I guess.
When did the Disney Renaissance start?
They figured out they needed a song in the Gundam Wing movie, and it was just awesome. So, it works out sometimes.
And then there was the Zeta Gundam movie that had Gacked.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah.
No, you're making that up.
What?
There's a music video of that song where it's Gacked in a live-action Gundam, and he's piloting it, and it's raw.
Oh my god.
Oh, the compilation movies. He did it for the
Yeah,
compilation.
the Zeta Gundam new translation thing, where they mix the old footage with new footage, and it's pretty bad.
It's called Metamorphose, and the cover is gacked as this is a painting, like a portrait-style painting of Gacked as a space Nazi.
Yes, post that, but it's really good.
It does not sound really good.
It's
The
probably
song's good.
Okay, I'll believe that.
So once we get past that opening,
Mm-hmm.
the movie establishes its very stop and go pacing, where we had a good ramp up of action, and then we just killed that all to deal with Gohan being yelled at by Chi-Chi and Goku being yelled at by Chi-Chi because Gohan didn't study. He needs to stay indoors and study. We need to spend a bit on this.
I'm just
deal with Gohan being sad about it and doing some homework, and then he sings the "I Love Mr. Piccolo" song,
yeah.
where he's
Chi-Chi's a bitch.
Yeah, no, Chi-Chi's terrible.
Chi-Chi sure
Like, she's
is
not-
a female character in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Like she's not just like strict. She also like emotionally manipulates her child.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like she feigns crying and stuff when he like expresses any agency, and it's really dire.
I liked her in OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I'm sure she's fine in that.
Thought she-
That's before she got Toriyama housewife brainworms.
You're right. Poor Videl.
The only character that seems to be immune to that is Bulma.
And she's just terrible in other ways.
I don't know what you're talking
What do
about,
you mean,
Bob.
Bulma's great.
She's definitely not some weird money-obsessed weirdo.
She had fantastic things to say on Planet Namek,
Mm-hmm.
where she had a very grounded view of the situation and didn't just yell about piddly shit nonstop.
Yeah.
She
I
hung
like
out
the
with
part-
Captain Ginyu.
I like the part of Bulma's arc where she's like, "Hey, Vegeta, you killed all of my friends. Want to smash?"
You would like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's your dream. That your dream is you kill a bunch of people, and then someone who is associating with them was like, "Man, you killed my friends real good. Let's fuck."
Hey, at least they didn't ruin 18. She does things.
She barely had a character to start with.
Yeah, but
We're
she's
taking
real
what we
cool.
can get here. At least it's a female who got married in Dragon Ball that still fights.
And didn't just become some weirdo.
Unlike her brother. He becomes Super 17.
Super 17? God, let's not talk about that.
Don't talk about Super 17 and his
I'm not going to talk
amazing
about
hair.
Super 17.
Super 17
I'm going to talk about the part in Dragon Ball Super.
No, we're falling apart. Get back to this movie.
We do need to get back to the movie.
No, I want to talk about the funny part.
They're eventually one day they will do GT versus Super and they'll experience.
No,
it.
they won't. No,
Yeah,
they won't.
will.
It is the podcast we don't need to edit.
It is a podcast we don't need to edit, and with this plugin for the modern audio recorder, I don't even have to mix it slightly. It's pretty tempting.
I think it's important to talk about how much Gohan sucks.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Why does
Because-
Gohan suck?
Because, now he's in his Mr. Piccolo training outfit in the beginning of this movie, meaning he already has trained with Mr. Piccolo.
Yes.
He gets his shit annihilated by those 4 Biomen. Roshi owns them all effortlessly.
Yes.
Hmm.
This isn't that one of those mysterious
Gohan-
timeline movies where it can't actually happen, but here it is. Because it's
I'm sure
I mean, it is
the
one of
stuff.
those, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it has the spirit bomb.
Yeah.
There's
Kaioken,
no
yeah.
period where this movie could have existed.
No.
But what a neat idea. Yeah, you're right. Gohan is yeah, Gohan's pulling an early Dragon Ball Z Gohan arc thing here.
Where he gets his shit owned repeatedly, then gets mad once.
And then owns a bunch of people simultaneously because of it. Yes. that.
There's no P.
That's true.
Oh, thank God. Yes, there's no pee anywhere in this movie.
Yeah, Krillin does not get peed on.
Nor does Krillin pee
Bulma
on
isn't
anyone.
like, oh, you have me chained up in this slave pedestal. I have to piss myself. There's none of that.
Dr. Cochin's like, I've chained you up. Hope you don't pee. And then just lies underneath her.
Oh, no.
Pee.
Dr. Cochin, way too aware they're in a Toriyama thing.
He knows just how much he can get away with.
God. You just reminded me of that second Dragon Ball movie where they're in Lucifer's castle and how stupid that shit was. Where they're
That shit was
With the needle.
hilarious.
We're fucking spinning out here. We're bursting into
It's okay.
flames.
It's
We
all
just lost
Dragon
two
Ball. It's all
infants.
Dragon Ball. But yeah, we should
Master
get to
Roshi
it. So,
was invited to a place because he's the world's strongest man, according to these people.
yeah, because
According
50,
to their 50-year out of date data.
and he agrees to go along because one of those Cybermen is holding on to Bulma,
Her wrist.
Yeah.
her wrist.
It's like, you just beat up 4 of these guys in a row. They don't
Just
have
beat
any...
up one more.
Yeah, it's like, how is this enough?
Well, I guess the idea is that he'd just kill her before he could get owned.
But he didn't have...
It's a scary biomen.
Yeah. There wasn't any imminent threat. Like, if the Bioman had a gun, that would have solved
I was
it.
going to say, why would they pull out a gun? Then I remembered something that happens in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking, but at least it got us the really cool scene of Roshi fighting the, whatever the hell the different name is of those stupid things. The Bio Warriors.
The
Yeah,
I
Bio
think
Fighter.
they're
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, they call them Bio Warriors and Bio Fighters because they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have their own names. They got Misokatsun.
Yes,
Kishime?
Mitsukatsu, because it's like a miso and a katsu.
Oh.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
meat, like a pork cut. Right?
Kishime
Yeah.
and Ebifuria.
The
Those
last
are
one
the-
sucks. The red guy sucks. The other two are kind of cool. But the red,
What, pink guy with red hair?
Yeah.
like, there's just one frame where he's just standing waiting for Goku. I'm gonna post it. He looks so fucking stupid. I hate him so much.
Why are you so mean?
Is he the one who
To
shoots ice?
Ebifuria.
Yeah, he's the
Yes, he's the ice guy.
dude.
Yeah, he's the lamest one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just his fucking blocks your path stance always kills me.
He's really strong, and that's the most comfortable way to stand when you're that thick, I guess.
He has dollar store action figure energy.
He does.
Yes.
He does. He really does. Oh man, this first run of this Conan the Barbarian action figures dyed pink. We fucked it up, you guys. Quick, sell it as some completely original character.
It's Conan's
Now,
rival.
I really like
Bonin.
one. They're apparently called brutal warriors in Japanese.
Oh.
And when trying to look up information on the wiki for this dude, it says death date, and it gives me a range of 3 years, and I don't know why.
Probably because that's the 3 years. Oh, maybe they're trying to say this fucking movie takes place in the 3 years between Goku getting back and the androids getting here. But that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any
Why?
sense.
The manga definitely wasn't there yet.
Yeah, Goku's not a Super
No, it was.
Saiyan.
It definitely was. I'm pretty sure.
It was near the androids?
Yeah, 1999. I mean 1990. Yeah,
Huh.
I'm gonna check right now.
I would assume that they were always really close to the manga, and that's why there's so much insane filler during the Frieza arc.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that's fine then.
No, I was wrong. This movie came out in March, and the manga was like in the middle of the Frieza fight.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
it
have
was
no
really just-
idea what.
It was great to see so many action scenes here that I'm like, yeah, that's from the theme song.
Oh yeah, because they just cut these into episodes originally.
Yeah, it's like I remember the part where Krillin's running from the bullets, or Goku slipping on his neck.
Man, Roshi did get a cool fight though, even if he did get owned.
Yeah, he punched stuff.
He did that cool backwards kick that Goku also does in this movie like 2 times.
That he does. He does. There's 3 instances of that exact kick.
There's a really good line in the dub that's just when Goku arrives and he's running into the building going, "It's so cold, I can't use my power."
He says that in Japanese too.
Yeah, and I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, no, that was a really bizarre line. That was a really bizarre line.
Look, they need to give us some excuse for Goku to get owned in the next couple seconds.
I think these were better. These were better jobber fights, I think, than the ones in the previous movie.
They are. I think all the action set pieces in this movie are really good.
I
don't think so.
I think the highlight of the movie is Spiky Ballroom and Yellow Guy, and from there it kind of falls off, and then from there it falls off a lot. Like those 3 are better than the main villain, absolutely. I think the fight with Piccolo is kind of rough and interesting.
The Piccolo fight's really bad.
Yeah, the Piccolo fight isn't very good.
I think the Spike Room is one of the coolest things you could do. He entered the room and I'm like, Dragon's Lair. You play as Dirk the Daring. Because it just looks like a room from fucking Dragon's Lair and Goku has to deal with the trap. So I think that room visually very cool, like super neat. And the fight with the yellow thing's dumb but funny because it's right on top of it. I think the next fight has the stop and go pacing that I feel like goes throughout this entire film.
Yeah. Gohan and Krillin are here and immediately eat shit.
Yeah, it's like they're fighting. Oh no, Goku's in a bind. It's okay. Gohan and Krillin are here. So we had to stop to bring them in. Oh, and then they're getting shit kicked. Oh no, stop the pacing. Now Goku's going to use Kaioken. The fight's really going to get interesting now. He just owns them immediately. And then it's over. And it's like, jeez.
Yeah, I think the only cool moment in that fight with those 2 guys is the part where one of them grows, like the tentacles start coming out of his flesh, his veins come out, and he turns them into electricity.
Cool is a very interesting word to describe this body horror.
Yeah, no, it was horrifying. But it was neat. Like,
yeah, it's neat.
I like Goku just clotheslining the green one. he just goes boom, and that guy eats shit.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the fact when he uses Kaioken, he hits each of them once hard enough to kill them.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's like he uses Kaioken and just hits hard a few times and it's over.
Well, look, this movie had a 45-minute runtime. They got to get through shit.
Here's an hour.
I don't know. Every other second, it feels like it's killing time. Like there's so many times when they'll just stop and stare. Like when the Goku and Gohan and Krillin show up and they just look at each other for like a minute and then it starts again.
Comes Astral Chain?
Yes.
There was enough monologuing with the brain in a room of darkness doing panning shots.
We skipped right over my favorite part of the movie.
Yes, we did. So just to clarify to people who haven't seen it, which is reasonable, after Master Roshi, it travels to fight the 3 bio fighters and gets his shit kicked in inevitably. They have Bulma and they exposit at her heavily, explaining that, they are in fact people who invented the bio fighters years ago and they were frozen in the Arctic. And then Bulma's like, the science community believed that you were frozen in the Arctic as a slight from God who said you spited the natural order. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like any science community I've ever heard of. But Bob was going off on some other tangent during this part, and I wish he didn't, and I hate that he's going to bring it up now. Go ahead, Bob.
Oh, no!
I was dying because the entire time they were explaining their plan that made 0 sense and explaining the cool things they'd done, like climate change, for no apparent reason. It's just a bad Aqua Teen episode. That might as well be Meatwad stuck in the chamber there instead of Bulma.
No!
Bulma's like, that's real cool.
Oh no!
No!
Oh no!
Hey man, that's pretty cool.
The assistant doctor's just Master Shake.
No, I'm thinking of them being the doctors from the opening.
Yes,
it's
basically.
Not different at all. Is it, Steve?
Gentlemen, I present to you this thing. Wow. What is it? It's a biofighter.
Their weird mix of those guys and the Ghost of Christmas Past from the future, and they ramble on for no reason.
I was like, yeah, if the brain's anyone, it's fucking Ghost of Christmas Past. It's like, yes, very cool. And on that day, it shows them owning the village.
Another part I very much enjoy this movie that was in that segment. There's actually a couple things. One, them setting up for like Bulma explaining, no, Goku's the strongest guy in the world, as if they're gonna go get him, but then he just shows up immediately after, literally 30 seconds after.
Yeah, it's like you were really just killing time
for this.
And to the flashback where they showed Dr. Wheelo's brain was initially normal sized.
I know. Right? I'm losing it. I'm like, you want a body to shove your enormous brain into. What the fuck is with this plan?
I'm just thinking of the Futurama episode with the giant brain.
I'm gonna put myself into Goku.
I don't know how. I don't know how that's gonna work on like a skull, like a cranium level, sir.
It's gonna be like that new Pokemon legendary.
You're just gonna put Dr. Wheelo on fucking Goku. He'll crush him, and he'll just be sitting there and be like, "Rise, Goku, Goku, rise."
He needs the fucking strongest man in the world to carry that shit around.
It's even funnier because it's like, dude, you're apparently secretly a giant mech that's badass. What the fuck are you?
Yeah, like why do you need the body? Like if you just been like, I want to have a dick again, I'd be like, okay, that's fair.
There's a lot of strange things that happen in this.
Also, the Bio Warriors are actually robots. What's up with that?
Yeah, when they like break through the gum one, and then it's like it deflates like you defeated Mr. Patch and Banjo-Tooie, but then there's mechanical stuff in the inside.
Yeah.
That seemingly you never make contact with.
I guess, or somehow all of that metal is actually rubber.
The bio in Biofighter stands for biographical, because they were going to write biographies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
The answer is it sounded cool in Japanese, and that's all Toei cared about.
That's why they made Bio Broly.
Ugh. At least that was biological.
Yeah,
We'll
at least
get to
Bio
that when
Broly
we
was
get to it.
biological. Yeah. Isn't that unfortunate? But anyway, so I'm going to recap the parts we kind of skipped over. So when Goku finds out where they are from Oolong, and they explain to Chi-Chi what happened to go on in Oolong, he then travels up to the Arctic Mountains where Dr. Wheelo's lair is. And there's a set piece outside where he gets jumped by a biofighter who's underneath the ice. And he does the cool clip that they played all the time on Toonami, where he does the bunch of backflips and then falls on his face and slides through the front door. That's a good moment.
He'll do this backflip thing like 2 more times in the movie, but he won't slide on his head.
But he won't slide on his head through a front door.
No.
So it's just downhill from there.
Right?
And then, he gets into the fight in the Spike Room, which is straight up a Dragon's Lair room, with the yellow biofighter, whose name I can't remember. Was that one Misukatsu?
Yeah, that's pork cutlet.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, come on.
Pork cutlet.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're going for with the name.
You're right.
Yeah. I kind of figured.
This is fucking me up a little bit, where in his wiki entry, date of death, age 762. But the pink one, death date, age 764 to 767. What is happening on this?
That is the date of the pre-Android time skip. So whoever wrote that.
So what, did he survive and then die?
No, just fans write this, so they put their fucking fan theories in places.
Is it like the Silent Hill circumcision thing?
A little bit, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no. After that, we get to the other fight, which we've talked about a bit. Very stop and go sort of thing.
Yep.
They defeat those
get
two.
Jumped by noodles and fried shrimp, the other two.
And then they get to the Ghost of Christmas Past, who explains to them why they kidnapped Bulma.
and how they can control the climate and how much that makes sense.
And they control Piccolo's brain, but he wasn't strongest enough, even though he's definitely stronger than
He's got
Roshi.
like macaroni on his head.
Yeah, he's got head
like,
crabs.
Yeah, they already had Piccolo and somehow didn't notice he was stronger than Roshi.
Yeah. They were like, you know who's real badass? The Fawns. Let's go get the Fawns.
But well, like I said, I want a dick. He doesn't have a dick. He's useless to me.
I'm not about to type into Google, does Piccolo have a dick?
Look, they recreate by spitting out eggs
No.
and are all dudes. I'm going with no dick.
You Google Diccolo.
That's terrible. And then we get a really bad fight between Goku and Piccolo, which doesn't have any
God, there it is.
good. Oh, no. You know what? No,
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to.
you really
gonna have
don't.
to show you.
No.
I'm gonna have to show you this.
No, you are not.
I will show you a cropped image of his head then.
It's terrible. That's the worst. Anyway, the fight between them.
The dick is green except for the head. That's pink.
You're terrible. Why are you like
Sorry.
this?
I don't know why. Why is the internet like this?
Anyway, so the fight between them is kind of lame, and it keeps cutting away from that to show other action, so it kind of has a stop and go feel as well.
It's constantly just Gohan be like, "Oh no, Mr. Piccolo," and it never gets through to him. So Piccolo just keeps punching Gohan,
Yeah.
and it's like, this is
It's great though.
okay, movie. Do something with this. Have it work, or just stop doing it, please.
But then we get the great scene of Dr. Coaching trying to light Krillin the fuck up. We're just
Yeah.
like, my arm is a gun.
Yeah, his arm was a
And Krillin's
Gatling
like, oh,
gun.
shit.
It's pretty fucking dope. He just unloaded it on the whole room.
And he also had like his walking cane has a giant laser gun in it.
That was sick.
It's great when they, that whole segment is hilarious because just Gohan starts getting pissed and shit starts exploding. And Dr. Wheelo is going, oh shit, that kid's really powerful. We better stop. While Kojin is going, you're a cock. Your mom's a
Yeah.
bitch.
He's like, stop
Why don't you
making
go
fun
sit
of
on
the
your mama's
kid.
knee, you baby?
He's gonna go sicko
As-
mode. Stop
as
it.
shit-
Dad.
You know I can't move,
then-
Koshin. It's like, what are you talking
and then-
about? You're a giant robot under there.
No, I'm not.
And then Gohan walks through his
Ignore
giant
it.
laser blast and makes everything explode.
Yep. He goes psychic child and starts causing domes of shit to pop up and stuff as he gets mad. And Dr. Wheelo, who has been secretly hiding a giant mech suit behind the wall, gets revealed as the moment right at the same time that Gohan's psychic energy disables Piccolo's head crab.
Yeah.
It's a moment.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on. The only element of this we didn't cover is Krillin showed up and he's like, I'm going to save you, Bulma. And then that other guy's like, no, you're not, and starts firing a gun at him. But after he gets owned, he's like, okay, now I could actually save Bulma.
When does Dr. Cochin fall into the electrical storm and gets revealed to be a robot the whole time, which makes no sense?
About 10 seconds after I described.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah. He dude bursts out with his robot body. He falls, and then it's like a cool, like, I'm a robot.
Then he says some shit,
Yeah, he
And I
like
couldn't-
curses the name of Willow.
I guess.
It's a Kino twist.
It's like, what was any of this about? This is just even more of an Aqua Teen episode at this point.
Oh
He's
my
revealed
God.
to actually be the Ghost of Christmas Past because he's a robot.
But is he sent
You
from
have
the
changed
past
my
of the future?
perception of this film.
I hate you.
I couldn't stop laughing at this movie.
And
Then Goku just is like, okay, I need to do the spirit bomb.
but Goku's like, I need to do the spirit bomb. Okay, thanks for giving me the energy, Earth. And then he gets mugged by a space laser.
Yes.
Well, they fight for a decent clip before that.
That's true.
true.
We should
Cool
probably
stuff. We
slow
get,
down, right, KZ? We should talk about. So
yeah.
they start-
We need Feel to make sure this is a 2-hour Mondo cool.
it would
Look,
be-
I just want to point out the joint Kamehameha is cool.
Oh, that's true. They do a
I always
unison
enjoy that.
Kamehameha. That was very cool.
And it does nothing to freaking Willow. Willow is just too much for Chad with his robot suit. He's better than all of these strongest guys in the world.
He overpowers Goku's times Kaioken times 3 Kamehameha, which also looks really cool because it like back blasts onto him until he does times 4. And then he gets owned like exactly like Vegeta, except he can't turn into a monkey, so he just has to say he's going to blow up the world.
It's
that
even weirder.
Was the dumbest part of the whole film, where he has been humiliated. He's in the upper atmosphere of some shit, and he's like, all right, I guess I should travel the universe to find a better vessel. But before that, I'm just going to go and blow up this planet real quick.
Yeah,
you didn't win.
He's got the power
I need to write a reason to lose.
It's so fucking weird.
It's important for you all to know that you didn't win. I didn't lose.
Yeah. It's such a bad DBZ villain moment right there.
It is so terrible. Then the spirit bomb is launched through the power of multiple cultures.
Yes.
They just flashed all of humanity there, and I'm like,
but you all
right.
You skipped 2 important parts.
Oh God.
One,
now?
Piccolo got to puke in his face.
Oh, that's funny. True. He flew up into space and went, ugh!
And 2, Krillin tried to do something and got smacked.
Okay, so Krillin in this, normally I'm not this guy, I swear to God. Krillin does a leaping arc, like he jumped from the upper atmosphere into the barely outer space because he arcs towards the perspective, and I'm like, but that, like, they're tapering it off as though it's a jumping kick, but how would that even physically make sense? They're so far from the Earth. It just looked really weird.
There are a lot of fight-scene things in this movie where I'm like, that looks weird.
It looks like a lowercase.
Strange.
His jumping art was like a lowercase r you stretch to be 700 times taller than it is wide because it's that far from the ground.
Look, he's flying it. It's
really
fine.
Funny.
And it was just
he has the jump arc from Circle of the Moon.
No, he just has the jump arc from
Sorry. That really got me.
From the first Super Butoden game.
Oh no.
I don't even remember that, so I can't comment.
Imagine if Street Fighter 2 was the worst game ever.
Yeah, that's how most of the Super NES Dragon Ball games feel.
And then Goku throws the spirit bomb and kills him.
Yep.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, there's one more
That
scene
was,
though, Casey.
as I've described it in my notes, basic film discussion.
Yep.
Now
That's what we did just now. But there was that one more scene. It's really important because Dr. Willis starts blowing up in space, and so his cool cylinder that is his castle or lair just starts arcing electricity and explodes.
I was gonna talk about the worst, like the most generic DBZ anime ending you could imagine, where it's just like all 5 of the characters who were involved laughing on the ice, be like, oh, ha, 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 everything's fine.
Roshi's like,
and it goes on for way too long.
He wasn't so bad. He thought I was strong. And then Bulma's like, little did he know, you're a pervert. Ha, 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 ha. Pan Pan, it's funny. Ha, ha, Pan Pan sat on you. Ha, ha. It literally is so bad. It's the shit anime got made fun of on, like, in American culture for a decade. That one scene just is that. And Bob's right to bring it up. That's an important part of this movie.
You know, it sucks. These segments we have to go through. The first one being who sucks the most. The Yamcha Award is our first segment. You have the opportunity to give the Yamcha Award to one character.
Man,
that was in this film, and I'm giving it to Dan first.
This is actually pretty complicated. I feel like we had a film full of Yamchas.
We really did.
Oh no, he wasn't even in the film.
I know. Isn't that weird?
When he's not there, there's just this big gap or void that needs to be filled. You know,
I'm gonna say
I don't think he's in any other film. I'm trying to remember.
He's got to be in. Tree of Might.
He's in a lot of. Yeah, he's in Tree of Might.
Oh,
I'm gonna say Dr. Coaching. He's the Yamcha of this one. He should be cooler than he is. I mean, for fuck's sake, he's apparently a robot with a chain gun for an arm, but he kind of just sucks the whole time. He makes the biofighters, which are pretty lame.
But Dan, he can adjust He can do climate control and destroy civilization.
I know, because he sat me down with the ghost of Christmas past and told me.
That makes him really cool.
Stop making me want to go watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force later.
Our new podcast, new goal, $4,000.
No, higher, you motherfucker. You set that much higher.
I'm going
That
to give
isn't real. It's not real until it appears on the page.
Bob, yours.
It's going to have to be Gohan. Gohan, this is the
Okay, why?
This is the part of the DBZ where Gohan has the biggest opportunity to be cool. And he just gets owned repeatedly, like ceaselessly. There's like no chance of him being cool. Then he gets angry once and causes these domes of destruction, but that doesn't work out. That he still gets owned. Like it's really bad this time, and the whole movie's worse from him being here because it has to interrupt with, "Oh, Mr. Piccolo, please don't hurt me. You should wake up now, Mr. Piccolo," and all sorts of other stuff. And then it also involves Chi-Chi. We have to see more of her being awful. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Gohan in this movie, and he's one of my favorite characters. So yeah, it's rough.
Dan,
That's pretty rough.
feel.
Krillin, when you're at the point where the story itself is making cute winks about how much you suck ass, it's bad.
Yeah, no, he's a close second for me too. Just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
When he gets hammered
fair.
and thinks, why did only I get owned? I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
I guess I'll have to... Dan, stop posting images of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Granted, that's what I look like at the end of every podcast, but... Now then, my Yamcha award will go to the pink one.
Okay.
He wasn't very successful, and in terms of cool stuff they can do, I think body horror electroshock guy was cooler.
Yeah.
And the yellow pudgy dude was probably the best one.
Yeah.
Because he was an interesting solution had to be made of rip through him really hard.
It's really funny because it's the same I'm gonna headbutt through you energy, but Goku's like, let's do Kaioken that. And the guy's like, you can't stop me, I'm the blob. And then he's like, oh no, wait, I'm getting out.
I'm the blob.
Tutti fruity.
Pepperoni.
It's really good. Yeah, I think the yellow one's the most thought out. I thought him deflecting Roshi's Kamehameha was cool. Yeah, I agree. I agree with your
one
ranking.
trick and he gets some use out of it.
Getting some use out of your trick is important.
It is time for the best of our segments, where we need to figure out the answer to the question of, can they beat Jiren? As you know, this is the wonderful segment in which we pick a character featured in Dragon Ball Z World's Strongest and prop them up of, I think they could beat Jiren. And Bob, I'm gonna have you have the distinct honor of picking a character.
Sure, this one's easy. It's Dr. Koshin. He's just gonna talk to Jiren like in a dark room for hours until Jiren gets tired and leaves.
That's good.
You're like, no, you see, they're not even gonna fight because he's gonna apply climate change and make oxygen not exist, and then he won't be able to breathe and he'll die.
Exactly. And Dr. Koshin, apparently a robot, doesn't have to worry about climate change.
Oh, that's true.
I can't believe I threw it to you and you had the best answer possible. Well, maybe Feel's got one.
I'm gonna go with Miso Kats because he's all squishy. Jiren will just punch him. It'll be like that episode of SpongeBob where he's just wailing on him, but it doesn't work because he's soft.
That was actually Fist of the North Star, but I'll take it.
All right, Dan, do you have a better idea?
I'm gonna go ahead and say Dr. Wheelo. And here's why. Firstly, just want to get this out of the way. Only he has the brains to rule Lilet. Okay.
Yeah.
And with that out of the way, I'd like to say he was the one who would actually change the climate. And eventually, because they're both so brilliant.
Jiren noted the brilliant man.
Because they're both so brilliant. Wheelo would just go away. They would stalemate because he would be like, I don't even care. I don't want to fight anymore. I think he would defeat. One moment, I've got this.
I think Carl from Aqua Teen would win.
I don't think he was in this, Bob.
Hey.
Pretty sure Master Shake was. Pretty sure he was the pink one.
Up it.
You know this is going to be bad. We're going to watch clips after this podcast is recorded.
God, I hope not.
Not good.
It's really not good. Yeah, I'm going to go with Wheelo. I can't figure out how he's going to do it, but he can because he's brilliant.
He'll be like, long ago, and start to go to a
The
flashback.
fog machine will pick up.
Turn on the fog machine.
Yeah, that's my vote.
If Jiren owns him, he'll come back as like a turkey.
That actually does sound really on brand for Wheelo. Wheelo just makes spontaneous gobble sounds.
Now, I think possibly that the pink guy could defeat Jiren. Because we know that Jiren is stronger than time itself, but is he stronger than ice? We don't know that.
That's true.
Untested.
Untested, which means there's a chance. So I'm going to pick him.
Okay.
So
I mean,
here's the real question. Could this pink guy beat that ice ninja from Yu Yu Hakusho?
Anyone
I don't
could beat
even
the
remember
ice
who
ninja
that
from
is.
Oh, wait, you're talking about the other one. I thought you were talking about Seiryu from the Saint Beast.
Oh, no,
You're
not
talking
Seiryu.
about
The
You're
one
talking
in the
about the
tournament.
dude who was a part of the Elemental team in the Dark Tournament.
I don't remember them. The Dark Tournament went on.
He was on the same team as Jin.
Yeah.
I remember Stone Guy and Jin, and that's it.
Let me see if I can find that guy. But
Toya. Here we go.
hey,
Yeah.
I clicked on the Discord thinking, oh yeah, is this him? No, it's Master Shake, and it scared me.
Oh, this dude.
Yeah. He had a pretty extended fight.
He's a lot prettier than Jiren.
Right?
He would win that. You'd beat him in a beauty contest.
Yeah.
How's that relevant? What are we talking about?
If this guy could beat the pink dude from this movie,
Yeah, definitely.
right? That's what I think.
Yeah.
So he's a
Yeah,
much better batch for
absolutely.
Jiren.
It's true. True. It says right here, power level S class.
Oh, man, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Oh, God.
That was funny when they started doing that. We're going to move on to the last of these segments, which I forgot we made this one. I'm going to be honest. What's going to happen is we have our villain, Dr. Wheelo, and each person has to bring a canon Dragon Ball character and propose whether or not Dr. Wheelo can prevail in a battle against them. So, feel.
Who
Who
can
is-
Wheelo defeat?
Yes.
I'm gonna say he can defeat Dr. Gero, aka Android 21, Android 20, because
Yeah.
his brain is so much bigger than Gero's. We see Gero's brain; it's small by comparison.
the rookie
you're
brain.
right.
Gero might be a mega brain, but Wheelo is a Terra brain.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with that. I think that's
This logic checks out.
his brain's huge.
I will agree because Wheelo will get really mad and shoot off that big beam, and Jiro will absorb it with his hand nodes. Because that was one of their abilities of 19 and 20.
Yeah, that's true. But like Dr. Wheelo has claw hands, and he'll just like pinch him in half.
But yeah, I think Jiro's got that. Dan, you're always good at this game.
So here's the thing.
Oh, shit.
I'm really excited for this matchup, and I would actually watch one of those shitty death battle videos about this.
Okay.
Okay.
Who wins, Garlic Jr. or Wheelo? Because Wheelo's just gonna nuke the Earth's climate. And it's fucking Garlic Jr.'s like, eat Dead Zone, you bitch. And Wheelo's like, I'm going to space, see ya.
Look, Willow goes to space and freaking.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God.
He would just leave.
Garlic then just goes to the dead zone. They both just leave.
Wait, you
Garlic
don't
doesn't
count
wanna
it
go to the
lost?
dead zone.
Garlic Jr. goes to the dead zone?
This is the equivalent of going to space, okay?
What?
No, it isn't. Going to space isn't constantly spinning through the red dimension going, "Arrgh."
Are you sure? I don't think that Willow's actually equipped for space travel. I think he just was leaving.
I think he was winging it.
Yes.
I don't know. He got up there all right. Dude looked like part of Lavos. He probably would have been fine.
I'm going to destroy the only inhabited planet I know of, and I don't have anything capable of a light speed travel.
Yeah,
This is basically miserable.
This is his plan. That's why he'll win over Garlic Jr., in my opinion.
Look,
Okay,
Garlic
I
Jr. is
agree.
actually immortal. He can survive spinning in the dead zone for all eternity. Willow's going to run out of life support eventually.
Man, you said that like that was impressive, but like, have you seen Twitter? Surviving on Twitter is way more impressive.
It is. But yeah, I agree. I agree with Dan.
Theo, we need your vote on this. Which is it? Who's winning?
Wheelo.
Yeah.
So I brought a good one here. Dr. Wheelo versus Guldo from the Ginyu Force.
Oh man.
The whole Ginyu Force aces.
Yeah, because Guldo can stop time by holding his breath.
Yeah. No, this is a good matchup.
But I don't know if
And
he's strong enough to
telekinesis.
actually do anything. Like he's pretty weak, so you can't do too much
Yeah,
to the
his-
brain tub.
Like his game closer was trying to impale someone on a tree, and that isn't going to work on the robot.
But the question is, because it's a brain in a robot body, can he use telekinesis to lift up the robot parts and like rip them off or something?
I don't know if he doesn't. His telekinetic power is enough for that. Also, that brain is so
Dan,
big.
why
What if
have you posted this nightmare?
I searched Goldo on Google, and it brought up some
you
art.
got Thanos.
I got some cool fan art made in CG.
You want to look up Guldo cock?
No, stop!
All right, so where do you stand?
This is complicated.
I'm gonna give it to Willow.
All right.
Nah, Goldo. He'll just find something sharp enough to break the glass while time's frozen. He'll just like
Yeah, but he's a pudgy, out of shape fat ass. So how long can he really keep time frozen?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've got a really long time. Too bad he's dead. We'll never know. Let's see, including being able to stop time for as long as he can hold his breath. I think that's long enough.
I don't know, man. That doesn't seem like that long.
There's also
This-
the advantage of size. This, Wheelo's real big. You like run behind him and you wouldn't know where he is.
This dude couldn't do anything to Krillin or Gohan. They were too much of Chads for him to do anything. And they
Yeah,
have
those
human
were,
skin.
like, awakened potential Gohan and Krillin,
Yeah,
so they
they're
had a
real
power
strong.
boost. Goo would touch their skulls.
Yeah, Bob.
Now, the problem is that Goldo is a dumbass because he completely forgot to consider Vegeta was 5 feet away when trying to own Gohan and Krillin and got his head cut off.
Well, you see, it's fine. This is a one-on-one.
But I'm saying he's not very observant and would likely make a mistake.
And we still have to take into account Willow's brain's so big he probably had telekinesis himself.
Okay, I need an answer. Who do you think wins?
I'm voting for Wheelo.
Yeah, and I voted
Bob went
Goldo.
Wheelo. Okay.
So we're a deadlock. We'll never know.
All right.
We'll never know.
You've convinced me. You've convinced me. It's Wheelo. You've had arguments of what if he also has telekinesis? Well, it's all fucked. Using my telekinetic powers, global warming.
Behold, climate change.
Oh wow, that's
This
really
podcast's
cool.
the nightmare. Who's gone?
Why did you? Why
I haven't gone yet.
Why
Casey.
did you own that city? Did they
Yes,
do anything?
go
Or? Wow.
So who would win?
I'm gonna fucking shoot myself.
King Cold or Willow?
Cold.
God, King Cold sucks.
King Cold does suck.
He's a mystery, though.
He sucks so bad.
He's like, hey, you have a big brain. Can I see it? He just takes the brain out of the thing like it's
Yes.
Trunks' sword. Okay, that's my answer, King Cold.
I'm gonna go with
I'm voting
Willow.
King Cold.
I'm going with Willow. King Cold sucks.
You are correct.
He does nothing on screen but get owned, but he's a member of Frieza's race.
I don't even think he had a reason to believe he was gonna do fine. I think he just didn't think it through.
At this point, we're supposed to review and score this thing we watched.
Oh, really? Is that a thing
Dan,
we
the
do?
review you're organized.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
This is no Dead Zone. This is definitely not that. In fact, I argue it's a little bit worse than Mystical Adventure to me because I thought there were interesting elements of that. The question is it a 4 or is it a 3? Because I gave Mystical Adventure a 4 and I gave Curse of the Blood Rubies a 3. I don't think it's as bad as Curse of the Blood Rubies. I think it is a perfectly mid Dragon Ball movie at a 4 because, as everyone knows, we score this on a scale of 1 to 7. I think The World's Strongest has some really interesting visuals when it comes to enemy designs and environments and stuff, but it has some really bad pacing issues. But it has a couple cool cutscenes or sequences. I think it's neat. I think it's neat, but yeah, it's not that great.
Think it's neat.
It's not that great, though. I don't think it's going to be in the better half of Dragon Ball movies. I think this is just perfectly mid, and I think when I watched it originally, a lot of its appeal came from, holy shit, this looks visually, like, really interesting. And some of that still holds appeal. I still think that's some of the strongest elements of it. I don't think much of the plot or the fights themselves are very well scripted or whatever. So I'm giving it a 4.
All right, well, I also agree with you that just in general, it's paced a little bit worse. The animation's really good, but I feel like Dead Zone was a much tighter film overall. And this was my favorite for the longest time. Like, I thought this was one of my favorite of the Dragon Ball movies, but I don't think it's aged as well as I expected. And I'm gonna give it a 4 because I feel like I'll enjoy some of them a bit more. Also, Gohan will slightly age up eventually in some of these. The musical number was a carnival nightmare I did not hate.
It is an absolute carnival nightmare, and it really just comes out of nowhere and swings at you with a bat.
Yeah. What are your feelings?
It's a little bit worse than Dead Zone. There's still a lot of cool things in it visually I like, and really I don't go to a Dragon Ball movie for any other reason than to see cool things, so I'm gonna give it a 4.
All right. And Bob.
Yeah, I agree. It's a significant downstep from Dead Zone. Like, a lot of the fight scenes just weren't cool. I'm also gonna stick with a 4 because it's not as bad as all those Dragon Ball original movies.
4s across the board.
It's the most mid Dragon Ball movie you could find.
Yeah. I also remember it being way cooler. But
Yeah.
now I'm thinking that most of the cool stuff I remember is actually in like
Tree of Might. Yeah. I know I liked Tree of Might more back in the day, but I also remember it having a similar, very weird vibe to it. So I'm excited to watch that soon.
Well,
I guess it's time to tabulate the overall rankings here.
See, this is where it gets complicated.
Yeah, we have 5 films that we have witnessed.
So this would make this the second best Dragon Ball movie we've watched so far, with the best being Dead Zone, this being number 2, number 3 being Mystical Adventure, number 4 being Curse of the Blood Rubies, and number 5 being Sleeping Princess in Devil's Castle.
Got to hold
Correct.
9 points across 4 people.
That's rough.
What an L.
That's real rough.
Yeah, that was my fault. I gave it a 1.
I mean, I can't say it's your fault because I don't know.
I mean, you gave it a 2.
Yeah, 1. 1 for the amount of frames in a scene. All right, so now that we've established what our rankings and stuff are, I guess we're supposed to talk about what's going to happen next in the form of Bob reading a thing.
Here we go. Did somebody say Devil May Cry 5? A giant tree has appeared on Earth and it sucked the life out of it. The culprits? A band of space pirates. Their leader, a recolor of Goku, with the power to let the studio save money on a villain design.
Goku Alter?
Will the Earth
He's
be
tanned.
saved? Or will everything be very unpoggers? Find out next time on Mondo Cool. The Tree of Might.
Pepe hands.
Goldo hands.
This video was brought to you by the power of the legendary GigaBoots executive producers Vincent Pover, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Dryzart, Red Blaze 27, and Texas Man joins Smash. Thank you for lending us your power, our executive producers.
And also these guys.
If you want to become powerful like our executive producers, then head on over to www.patreon.com/GigaBoots today.